everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaley Gray, and I'm making weekly vlogs about life, faith, and relationships. So if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please do me the biggest favor and subscribe by hitting that red button below, and also follow me on my other social media platforms. I'm always doing some fun stuff on there, so I would love to connect with you. So today, you probably saw by the title, we are talking about how to let a guy know that you don't like him. Now, let me just tell you, this is not something that I would say I'm an expert in. The first time I ever had to break up with a guy, he did not get it. Like, it took, I don't know, maybe I just was horrible at like telling him that I think we should break up. And my mom literally had to like write notes on the phone, like on paper for me, because I was on the phone with him because we weren't in the same area. So yeah, so that's how it started. But I would say I feel like I'm a little bit better now. I still sometimes like, I don't know about you, but I get like super worried because I don't want to hurt their feelings. And I think that's like, right? Like, you don't want to hurt them. I think probably just because things that have happened in the past to me, being ghosted, not having closure on other things, that I like to make sure that I'm kind of like upfront and like let the person know. So for instance, if maybe you meet through like a dating app and you've only messaged a couple times back and forth, but you're not feeling it, I don't really feel like you have to be like, hey, don't think this is gonna work out. Like, I totally feel like you can like not talk. Like, if he's not keeping the conversation and you're not keeping the conversation going, then I think you're both like feeling it, and I don't really feel like there is a need for that. But if someone is continuing to reach out and ask you questions and keep the conversation going, and you just don't want it to go anywhere, you know for a matter of fact, like, I'm not interested, then you need to let the person know. Or if you've maybe gone on a date with them and they keep like messaging or calling you, then I definitely feel like you need to just be bold enough to tell them like that you're not interested. And a way that I, have done it in the past is even like, hadn't even met this guy before, but I was just like, hey, like, seemed like a really nice guy, like, thank you for, always being sweet to me, but I think I'm gonna go a different direction, and I wished you the best in this whole dating scene and stuff. And so, he said he was bummed, but he said, hey, thank you, I appreciate that. Because I was like just giving him the closure he needs. Like, I mean, he doesn't need to keep wasting his time or keep hoping that something is gonna work out, because I don't know if guys like, girls, I don't know if guys are this way, but if girls like, are like, oh, he's talking to me, like maybe he's interested in me, and then you like have all this, like these thoughts in your head, and then you kind of over dramatize something that really isn't there. And so I think by being upfront, and even with guys, like even had a friend who went on a date with a guy, and she messaged me, she's like, he keeps messaging me, like, I don't know like what to do. Do I just ignore him? And I was like, just tell him like, hey, I appreciate, going on a date, getting to know you, but I just don't think there's anything there for me right now, and wish you the best. I do, like, when I talk to somebody, like, I wish them the best, like in this whole dating scene, because it is tough out here, people. And so I really like hope that they find the person that works for them. And so I'm trying to think of any other like situations that I have been in. I think the best thing you can do is just be honest with them. And that is so tough to do because you really don't want to hurt their feelings, but it's better to give them that closure. That way they're not like waiting around like, oh, what happened? Because I mean, when you feel that way, like if they don't say anything to you and you get like dumped or whatever, and you're just like, oh, like what happened? Why did this happen? Like, you can be kind about it. You don't have to be like, hey, you were like smelly, or hey, you were, just not attractive. Like, you don't have to be rude that way. Like, you can literally be kind and break up with somebody, or like tell them that you're not interested. I did have a guy who deleted me on social media, so he probably will never see this, but he kept like haven't seen him in years, kept like reaching out to me, like asking me, you know, like, hey, do you want to, like, you know, catch up, let's catch up. And, you know, I knew what he was getting at because I was like, oh, he's not straight up asking me on a date, but I knew what his intentions were and I was not interested in him. And so I was trying to cut it off right at the beginning, but he kept pulling it up. I was like, oh yeah, if you see me, like, you know, be sure to say hi or things like that. And then, you know, finally he just was like, hey, what do you think about this? And I just finally was like, hey, like, I think you're a really nice guy, but I'm just not interested in you like that. And I don't really do one-on-ones with guys that, you know, that I'm not interested in. And, you know, said, wish you the best. That's my tagline apparently. And he deleted me on everything, so, which is fine, like, I mean, if that's what he needs, but I personally needed to tell him that because he kept coming back like he wasn't getting the hint. And so I think I should have been better up front just saying no, instead of like having to have like 3 or 4 conversations of like putting it off and saying no so that he didn't think that I was interested. And so I think that's just the best thing, is just to be upfront and honest with them. And it's not easy, people. It is not easy. So I can't say that I'm the best. I sometimes will have girlfriends help me. It is funny that sometimes it takes 3 of us to send a message to a guy to let him know. I don't know if guys are this way. If you are, let me know. If you're not, I don't know what's wrong with us girls. But anyways, all I can say is just be kind to the guys because they're putting themselves out there. You know, we don't like to be rejected. We're expecting them to ask us and, you know, be rejected all the time. And so just be upfront and honest with them if you really aren't interested in them. And I think in the long run, that's gonna spare both of your hearts and protect both of your hearts. So hope you guys enjoyed this vlog and I will see you all next week.